3, 2, 1.
Growing up Nigerian. Would you say entrepreneurship bridges the gap of unemployment?
Let's not lie, it doesn't. People are still unemployed.
Hi, welcome to Growing Up Nigerian, a podcast about the unique challenges Nigerian parents face as they prepare their wards for the harsh realities of adulthood. It is also a podcast that uncovers the issues children face as they navigate the Nigerian terrain. This podcast analyzes the concept around the developmental, psychological, and educational values and deep dives into age-long controversial issues surrounding raising a Nigerian child. So if you're a Nigerian parent, child, or someone passionate about child grooming, this podcast is for you. Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Growing Up Nigerian, your go-to podcast that covers topics needed in grooming the Nigerian child. I'm super excited for this episode, and as always, I am not here alone. I'm here with Rebecca Williams. She's a creative director for Avoir Jewelry. Avoir Jewelry focuses on curating quirky, eccentric, and chic pieces for everyone, regardless of their gender. It's a brand that lets you express yourself. Rebecca, or she likes to call herself Becca, welcome.
Hi. It's nice to be here. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I can't complain. How are you doing?
So let's just go straight into it. So for this episode of Growing Up Nigerian, the topic is, or rather the question is, should entrepreneurship skills be included in secondary school curriculum? Quite interesting, right?
Yes, very.
Okay. So I think for the listeners out there, let's just have a quick, rundown of your educational background. What was it like?
Secondary school, I attended St. Louis Girls Grammar School, the regular. I was in science class.
Perfect.
Science class.
So there's smart girls.
I mean, I don't know if you can exactly say that, but I just gravitated towards that better because plus I really love maths. So yeah, I was in science class.
Then why university?
University, I studied nursing. You also need to be in science class if you want to study nursing.
True.
I don't know how they do divisions, but yeah. But from secondary school, I knew I was going to study nursing. Because I've practiced a lot of things in my lifetime, but nursing is the one profession that gives me the true fulfillment. I can go to work and be very stressed and be but I feel this is where I'm supposed to be, right? Okay. But regardless, I also believe that there are a lot of things that I am capable of doing as a person.
So you're not just limited by what you study.
Yes, I want to explore and see things. Also, Nigeria is not exactly a very great place to practice nursing. So,
I feel you.
Yeah, so I majored nursing in university.
Okay, so did you always want to be a nurse growing up as a child?
Yes. Yeah.
Straight off the bat?
Yeah, it was very interesting because I remember my uncles, at least two of them were why do you want to study nursing? Why not be a doctor?
I can imagine, because that question would come up.
Yeah, because people always assume for you to be a nurse is because maybe you are not smart enough.
Yes, to be the main doctor.
Yeah, or maybe something happened jam or something, and you could not meet up for the cut of marks for being a doctor. You're let me be a nurse. But I really wanted to be a nurse. I had satisfaction in just being in the hospital, and whatever it is that I'm doing is directly a part of somebody's health or care. Either they are finally resting at the feet of the Lord or they are resting in their house. I feel like I'm part
You're
of the
always
pastor.
just there.
Yeah, and this is not to shit on doctors because I know that they're doing a very fantastic job. But I just want to be there at all time. Doctors, most of the time you sit in your office, prescribe, except you're doing ward rounds. But I genuinely wanted to be that when I was growing up. Okay,
so how do you see the Nigerian secondary school curriculum? Because now, minus you being a nurse, you have a jewelry business. So it's I know you didn't pick that up in school. So how do you currently see the secondary school curriculum? Does it give room for students that would have the passion to say, I want to branch into jewelry, I want to branch into, bead making? Do you think it houses that?
I think to some point, maybe. I vaguely remember having to use needle and thread to make a whole ass underwear skirts. I think I did tie and dye. I still have the
home economics those days.
Yes. making. So I still have like one of the tie and dye wrappers that I did myself. I'm so very proud.
Love it. I would love to see that.
So but I also believe that like when you're in school, it's like you are in a cake shop. Like there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of things. I believe that there are some people that like, if right from the bat, the way it was nothing from me, I'm sure there are some people that be like, oh, I'm so fascinated by how I can use needle and thread to make these undergarments. You know, this is really what I want to go into. Of course, you might meet obstruction with your parents and all of that. And
very true.
75% of the time would not go through. But I feel like secondary school will equip you to some points on the basic, life skills that you need to have while you're growing up. But right now, I don't know what the curriculum has been. I've not been in school for a long time.
Yeah.
But I feel like the basics is there. Maybe not there on a deep level. Also, even if it's there on deep level, like I'm sure people forget after they leave school. I don't remember a lot of things from secondary school. So yeah, that's it.
So do you feel that there should be more emphasis? Like they should bring like professionals come in, and it's not just them starting from senior secondary. We're starting from junior, and it's like a proper class. Do you think they should devote like a class into, okay, we have a variety of options, entrepreneurship skills, pick which you want to. So over time they build upon it, and it's like an added advantage.
I believe that. I feel like entrepreneurship is a wide range. You can't start and finish. Right,
Very
you
true.
sit down and someone will tell you like, this is my brand, this is my business, and you sit down like, I never even thought that was a business.
Like what that?
Do you guys? So like if you're in school and they decide to like teach you things about entrepreneurship, it's going to be very limited. Maybe it's just like the popular ones, right? But I believe that like what could be included in schools, or what should have been included in schools, are like entrepreneurship skills, like skills that you can apply in any business that you venture in. There's a lot of that, like basic marketing skills. But I don't know now if you are a secondary school person, if you can handle that range of teaching you how to
vast.
Yes, so that's the problem. There's marketing, copywriting skills, how to just have like a good relationship with people, customer success. But I don't think that is like a secondary school, because even as an adult, it's something that you go and sit down and be like, oh yeah, I need to learn this,
or develop over time.
Have a certification in this.
So do you also believe that parents are open to fostering people to branch out of? Because I remember growing up, it was more of like, if it's not maths, it's better be English. If it's not English, it better be chemistry. And then imagine somebody saying that, mommy, no, I don't want to do this. I see this woman braiding and I'm fascinated. Do you think parents out of this time, they're open to say, okay, you know what, let's actually try you, or they actually would put down, dream down, and like focus on your book, get done?
First of all, I want to ask you, where do you stay? Do you stay in Nigeria and Lagos? So like you already know the answer. No parents to say, I'm sending you to school, like you're going to like one of the most expensive schools.
I can imagine.
What do you mean by that? And I feel like that's a subject for another day. Like it's just around the way Nigerians parent their kids, right? Sometimes they sort of try to, they see children as investment, not like how they are supposed to be. The difference between we Nigerians parenting children and people that are abroad is that from a young age, if they see that a child is sewing something, you don't need to go to uni. Maybe you will go to college, right? But the next thing is, they want to like invest into this and see how big you can become in this talent that you've developed, while you're young. But a Nigerian parents don't do that. You either have to be a doctor, or you have to be an engineer or a lawyer. That is it.
It has to be one of those ones.
It has to be that. So I think it's just like a fundamental problem in itself about how Nigerian parents see, if I'm doing you good by sending you to a big school, you can't tell me that like this is
not what you want to do.
I think it's just being illiterate, not in a bad way, about how much entrepreneurship can be, what goods can ever come out of it, or like the importance of it. Because in the country that we live in, people still see entrepreneurship as a means to end poverty, or like something you're just like doing
it can't be your main focus.
you can't like it to be doing like it because you're extra poor.
Exactly.
See, because I'm an entrepreneur, like I see this a lot. Even when people sometimes buy, the way they talk to you, they're talking to you like, I'm helping your life right now, like
that you should be happy.
Yes. So I think that it's the mentality towards it. So it's not maybe just the parents, it's the way people see entrepreneurship generally. Sometimes you can tell people that you have a business and they still go ahead and ask you like, but do you have a 9 to 5? Because this cannot be like
your main job. Is this your source of income?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I think that's it.
Okay, so it's like a fundamental issue.
Learning should be fun and enjoyable. Think of some of the big football stars you love. Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe. They have fun learning new skills every day as they play on the football pitch. You too can have fun learning new stuff with our educational content. Codex Learn offers learners of all ages a range of simplified and up-to-date educational resources that are packed with relevant content applicable in every aspect of life. We have several easy-to-understand, curriculum-based animated videos that feature practical examples for young learners in primary and secondary school. We also offer animated video content on Nigerian history, covering people, places, and events that are suitable not only for kids but for learners of all ages. So, what are you waiting for? Visit www.codex.com.ng to learn more about our educational resources that can make learning fun, enjoyable, and memorable for you.
Yeah. So how would you say entrepreneurship bridges the gap of unemployment?
That's not why it doesn't. People are still unemployed. People are still unemployed. I mean, people pick it up again because they're like, maybe I'm making money, but like I'm not making money enough. Let me do this. But I don't think it exactly, bridges any gap. Bridges any gap, right?
It's not going to be like, okay, we
are living in a country like one of the poorest country, and like people are unemployed from time to time. No matter how much you do, you're just going to have like a market that's very saturated, but it's not bridging any gap. Like it's still what it is.
Okay, so let's say a young child right now is listening and she just wants to, do hairdressing. She just wants to, do bead making. She loves it. It's her passion. Would you say focus on your book, or would you say tell your parents and let them see that this could actually be something that they can get money from solely?
Okay, so what I believe in is, because we live in Nigeria, and I'm just going to use Nigeria as the main focus, half the people that I know, you either go to school to study something, you come out, you realize that, this is not working, I have to do something else. It's already hard enough for people that like went to school, have major big degrees to find jobs, right?
True.
It's okay if you want to be a tailor or whatever, but like, because we live in Nigeria, that is a very classist country, you have to make sure that like, if you want to be a tailor, be the best tailor possible. And you still need fundamental school skills. You still need to go to school, you still need to go to uni. Do you get? Because if you step out and you want to like talk to big people, or you want to have like connections, they won't want to hear I'm a tailor first. They want to hear. They want to know how you're talking. They want to tell that like you are very you can talk where
your knowledge. Yes. You can carry yourself.
And then when you now say, I'm a tailor, but okay, you can tell this person loves to be a tailor. That's why they're a tailor.
That's not how you're gonna sell.
do you understand what I'm trying to say? But like if you say, I want to be a tailor, I don't need to go to school. Where are you going to find the connection, the resources? Because there are lots of people in entrepreneurship world that like, all they need is the right connections. It doesn't mean that like they are selling the best things out there. They just have made enough connections to keep their brand pushing, and it's working for them. So I believe that like education is there's no lost knowledge. I mean, I worked in a place where here, obviously, right, I had 3 years of my life doing content and all of that. It still works till today for me in my entrepreneurship skills, right? Because I still see, I still people coming to me and they're like, I really like how your captions are on Instagram, because I've worked a lot of, but at the time I'll be like, maybe I don't need this.
Yes.
But like, it's not what you need. It's useful but it's useful to me right now. So like, there's no knowledge that is lost. I won't go outside and say I want to pay for like how to do copywriting skills, because
you already have that.
I already have that. I'll use the money to do maybe another skill that I don't know. So I don't feel like
every young listener listen out there, stay in school. You need it.
You need
It's an
school.
added thing for you. So if you could turn back the hands of time, what skill do you feel should have been included in your secondary school curriculum growing up?
Secondary school curriculum.
Like now, how you see yourself now, how you already have like a business, like do you think there should have been something that should have been instilled ahead of time that would have given you like a head start?
I think maybe customer success. In as much as I feel like that's like customer success and customer relations, in as much as I feel like that's a big thing, and like people go out and study that now as a skill. I feel like there are ways where we have great teachers that will break it down for you like you're 5 in your secondary school and can sort of give you that jump starts, right? For example, you can do role playing. You are the customer and do you understand?
Yeah, I can.
And then you can just see HR picking up like, oh, I would like to be this. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then they pick up from there, and then there's that knowledge. So I feel like there's a way. I'm not a teacher. I don't know how I'm going to teach like a 12-year-old how to like do customer success and marketing skills, but I believe that our great teachers can like sort of incorporate that in like what they're teaching. And when you go out and you decide that you want to be an entrepreneur, or like just in the day-to-day life, it just sort of helps you, like, because like I said, there's no knowledge that is lost. You don't know where you are going to use that skill that you're like,
oh wow, I actually need that here.
Yes, so like there's no skill that is lost at all.
So would you say life with or without entrepreneurship?
I want to say this again, and I really hope that people know this. Entrepreneurship is not something that you just stand up and be like, let's do this. Money no today. Do you
Because that's a major mentality for Nigerians.
So entrepreneurship has to be something that you absolutely love.
It's going to be like your 9 to 5.
Right, you have to, for you to dive into it, you have to absolutely love what you're doing, because there's some days that like really good. There's some days I wake up, I'm saying that like, oh, maybe there's a news carrying my business, or I'm featured on Flutter with, or I'm on TV, and there's some other days that I'm not making any sales, right? But like that's how business is. But if you're in business because you feel like I need to make money from this, you might get really devastated. It's not for everybody. It's why a lot of people go into it and they're like more frustrated than they should be. So it's not a life with or without entrepreneurship. You should do it if you feel like this is what you like to do.
Yes.
I'll encourage you to do it.
Yes.
If you can combine it and you're 9 to 5, I have that and I have a 9 to 5. It's killing me, but like I'm doing it because because
you have to make it.
Because I have to do it. Plus Nigeria is not a place that exactly helps business owners, right? My things, I have to ship them from abroad. I'm using dollars to clear cargoes and all of that. So like Nigeria makes life hard. So I can't just say I'll be like, I don't need my 9 to 5 anymore. Yeah, I still do 9 to 5, but if they put guns to my head right now, I'm going to pick my fucking entrepreneur job. Because I'm so sorry for the language, because this is where I love to be. 9 to 5, I feel like I'm slaving away for somebody else and collecting money at the end of the day.
You want to be your own person.
Yeah, so I believe that people should only go into entrepreneurship if they feel like they actually love this aspect of it. So I don't feel like it's a life with or life without. Like, go into it if you feel like you are bridging a gap somewhere. So like, yeah, that's my 2 cents about that.
Okay, so do you have any advice for any upcoming entrepreneur listening to you right now?
Yeah, my advice is that on some days you're going to cry. You're going to cry. These pressures are going to annoy you. People are going to curse you, insult you. And there are some other days that like, you're going to get referrals from people you don't know, maybe from 10 townships away, and you're just going to be like, wow, this thing I'm doing is really making an impact out there. Don't let it like the down days, don't let it like get you so down. You feel like, oh, this is not me, this is not working for me. Just keep pushing, because you don't know when you are going to be big, but it's going to happen if you just be consistent and like just keep loving what you do.
That's beautiful. You guys have heard it from the mouth of Becca, the founder of Avoir Jewelry. I think just before you go, could you just give us like a brief understanding or foundation of how your business started, Avoir Jewelry?
I actually started in 2019. It wasn't called Avoir Jewelry at the time. It was called Bex Collectibles. So I started selling jewelry. I think I sold in the office here at the time. But then before I can close my hand open, it has finished. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like
this is making money.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. But then COVID has started in 2020. So I could only do it for like 3 months. In 2019, COVID started, and then I stopped. And then in 2021, I think it was actually very interesting because in 2021, I was trying to get my licensure exams done so I can get my practicing license, my nursing practicing license. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm in a place where I can actually start this again. Right? I've what means to have. So like, I was like, I'm going to create pieces. So I did some research, right? Everybody's selling jewelry. Like there's lots of market for that. But like, how can I be different from other people?
Exactly.
So I said so I said to like get jewelry that like are very quirky, very unique. It's so crazy. This is a side note, but I was out passing on Friday and I saw somebody wearing an earring. I was telling myself, this from my store. I don't know the person before.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But like it kept eating at me. I had to tap the person. I said, is this from Avajo? She said yes. Like the joy.
Oh my god.
So exactly. So I think that's kind of pushes me, and that's like one of the reasons why I started. I wanted to like bridge a gap so bad, and I wanted to like create pieces that like you would love. It would mean something to you. You would want people to come and buy from me. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
It was lovely having you.
Thank you so much.
So to our listeners out there, if you actually have a skill that you're passionate about, don't give up on that dream. But that doesn't mean give up on education. It's something you can watch YouTube videos, if you have, family members that are into it, or if you can convince your parents into paying for you to keep developing your skill, then go ahead. But do not leave education. Thank you guys for listening to another amazing episode of Growing Up Nigerian. And Becca, thank you so much. And you guys can follow her on her Instagram, which is
Avoir Jewelry, AVOIR Jewelry. You find us.
All right, bye guys. See you again next time. Growing Up Nigerian.